is always a good time for football here in the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please welcome your 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And Monday Night Primetime is underway. D. Eskridge to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. I know you love this guy, Brock, a fellow lefty like you, now in his 6th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Unfortunately, those injuries returned last season. Katie played his fewest games since his rookie season 11. It was pretty obvious, too. Those Dolphins, 6-5 with him, 2-4 without him. He's a difference maker.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. Finds his fullback. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Achane again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Downfield, this finds Waddle. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Achane, a 1st down carry. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
2nd down carry for Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Tagovailoa keeping it on the sneak. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Trying to run it in. H.A. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Such a cool picture right there of shock and shed. It's what these D tackles work on in the league. You got to shock that offensive blocker, you got to shed him, and you got to make that tackle for loss. Well done.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
From the 14 after that sack. Tough 3rd and goal coming up. 3rd and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
That is a wow. Maybe that's a double wow for me. 2 sacks in the previous 3 snaps. I can really criticize quarterbacks, and too often I do, to get rid of the football, but that is about a defensive effort. Knowing what's on the line when you get in the situations in the red zone, Kate, can't do it much better than that.
Facing 4th down, Dolphins bringing out the field goal units. This is going to be Riley Patterson to do the honors. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick by Patterson is good. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the league's elder statesman. Drafted back in 2005, now in his 40s and still going strong. Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Still 10 to go. 2nd down now from the 23. Rodgers from the gun. Caught by Adam Thielen. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
So 1st down from the 41. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Austin's there to haul it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
To Calvin Austin. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Throwing this one back in the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end end zone it goes, incomplete. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Now, this group likes to be aggressive. An early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Throwing again here. It's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face fourth down.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
On fourth down, it's Corliss Waitman on for the Steelers to punt this away. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Escapes the defender. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now we're going to see the Dolphin offense for their second drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Dolphins just about set up here. First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. First and 10 from the 32. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Caught, nice game left side. Tackle made at the 10, first and goal coming up.
Why in the heck do you do 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal. From the red zone on first. He's in trouble, and the Dolphins get him. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. Second and goal coming up.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. But that's a situation where you got to know on first down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the first row.
Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on second and goal. Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. To the end zone, but incomplete. That play's going to force third and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Now Rodgers on third and goal. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead.
Steelers 7, Dolphins 3.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Eskridge on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. By Washington, left side. This gets forward to around the 29. That play brought to an end by the former Dolphin. Here's Jalen Ramsey.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
What a great opportunity for him. You can almost feel that bounce in his step. Facing the southpaw, and he gets to rush the blind side. Anytime he beats that right tackle, it just comes down to his closing speed and his finishing ability at the quarterback.
Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Back deep is Williams. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense headed out. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Willie Gay there on the tackle.
Not the big play they were hoping for when you call a jet sweep, but at the very least, it got them some positive yards. Things could have easily gone backwards there.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. It's a screen play to Ward. And he'll get this up to the 33-yard line. Ashton Davis there on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. To throw, Rodgers. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. That's 16 on the pickup. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
To the air on first down, Rodgers. He's going to tuck it and run. And they're going to touch him down as they wind up with a nice gain on that play, and they got a new set of downs, too.
18 more yards.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Shotgun handoff to Ward. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run, and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. He's on the quick hitter. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Rodgers will look to throw. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he gives himself up after a short gain.
I love that play. And that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Now Rodgers on this 3rd and short. Gets this one to Freiermuth. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. You got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Rodgers set to pass. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
That one connects. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opt in for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Boswell able to knock it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Eskridge on the return. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
6-yard line.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's a 10-3 ball game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He put everything he had into this one. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
When that ball left his hands, Kate, he envisioned a massive play, and he nearly saw it happen for all the wrong reasons. What a great effort there defensively to track the ball and be in position to nearly pick it.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. That's Cox, he's got Washington. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Dolphin 1st down.
Now a toss play for Achane. This one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation. Well, equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Tagovailoa. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Rodgers to throw. Completed over the middle. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Steelers have a 1st down.
1st and 10.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
On first down, Warren. That's a solid block in there. Springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now second and 5. Rodgers off the play action. Finds a man right side. Not a lot available to him. It's to the 38. That was the former 2-time Steelers All-Pro, Minka Fitzpatrick, making that play.
Third and 3.
7th play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3. Looking out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
On 4th down, it's Rodgers. He finds it beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's second and 9. Trying to throw this from the gun. That's who is running back, Kenneth Gainwell. He takes this down to the 24-yard line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Third down, they need 7. No throw, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So after the play, we have the trainers headed out. Looks like a member of the Dolphins out there is in some discomfort. Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Boswell able to knock it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense. Roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. They'll run here following the penalty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Third and long for him here. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 4th and long. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here comes Malik Washington. Shoots away from one. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Miami set to take over once again on offense. They're down 13-3 as they take over. First and 10 from the 32. Tua off the play fake. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Steelers will return this well into the red zone before he's brought down.
That's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And that interception has set them up beautifully inside the red zone. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Warren running between the tackles. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun here. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Now here's Rodgers. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Boswell able to knock it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Eskridge on the return. Mismanages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. New set of downs for him from the 31. First down, here's Tua. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
It's a Chan on the inside here. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mocked up, too.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it third down.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Blitz coming, Tua. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Jake Bailey on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to push this one up to the 20 before they send him out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Trying an inside give to Warren. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down now, ball at the 33. Warren once more. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Rodgers set to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a gain of 3.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On the ground with Warren. On the move past the 40. He cuts it back right. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Boswell to add the PAT. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Miami offense headed out there now. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers. Right in a tournament, they don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
Tagovailoa on first down. Dump off to his fullback. And he's short at first after a mild gain.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, do you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. Do you have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium here in just a moment. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. It's a nickel look from the Steelers here on 3rd. They bring Westbrook Akine in motion left. Going play action, Tagovailoa. He's making a bid for it. And he's brought down after a short gain. The Steelers calling their first time out as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up.
Fourth down.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back down on offense. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Rodgers from the gun. Now here he goes. And he'll go down here. Comes up nicely after a gain of 7.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Rodgers to throw. Getting out to his left. Took off with it again. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. They get 27 on the play. And fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. There he is on 3rd and short. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Boswell able to knock it through. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
You know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile till they get that W with 60 minutes over. But I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Here's a screen for Achane. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Just before halftime, you get a timeout, take it. One last play before the break. Back to throw it. Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the third quarter. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action here with Rodgers. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. And that one goes for a gain of 11. Man, the Steelers have a first down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, running back in the flat.
And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 3 now. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down, and they go right back to him. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of him on that run. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
It's 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Steelers set to punt it. Corliss Waitman will kick it away. And he put just a little too much on this one as it hits in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. Look at a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tua. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
We'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25. Down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Lofts it deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Punt team on the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Finds him over the middle. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
And the Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is Warren, headed right. Rolling into enemy territory. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Here's a give inside to Gainwell. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Blitz coming for Rodgers. And the Dolphins are going to get to him. He is dropped. It'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Third and long for him here. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Facing 4th down, the Steelers opting for the field goal. Chris Boswell out to do the honors. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make the lead 26 points.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have them be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
Now Boswell on to send this away.
Kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Eskridge on the return. Dodge the tackle. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give them some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Achane again. Cuts right. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
1st down from the 42. Man in motion, headed right. Going to the ground again on 1st. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give them around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And the sack forces a now tougher 3rd down.
There is no question this defense has risen to the occasion of prime time tonight. There's also no question that this is a window into the kind of beating quarterbacks can take when you can't protect him. He's going to have to use all week to get his body right to hopefully hit the field next week.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Warren. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
On first, it's one again. And he hurries forward here for a 9-yard gain. Second down coming up.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. On second down, Warren. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Well, that run puts him right back in the same old situation for third down. I really thought that run was going to get the couple inches they needed. And you could tell, just look at them down there, Kate. They thought it was going to work too.
They sneak it with Rodgers. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's a short gain of 1. And fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on third down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Warren running between the tackles. And this hasn't been a common sight out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Now they're looking to throw with Rodgers. Thielen's got it. Complete. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. He keeps it himself. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Warren here from the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Gainwell. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. He tries to sneak it, and he works this to the 38 before going down. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
On first down, Warren. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Warren once more. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Trying it inside, give to Warren. And they find them after just a yard, and it's 3rd down. Now after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. 3rd and 4 coming up now. To throw is Rodgers. Complete beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers off the play action. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers continue piling it on here in the 4th. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers grow their lead yet again.
36, Dolphins 3.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Washington now to return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
All about that defense there. Had him bottled up from the jump. Truth be told, probably lucky they even got back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Throwing now, Tunga Vailoa. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Tua now from the gun. This is a heater going deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kyle Duggar makes the play. And the Steelers will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
1st and 10 now from the 46. a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard.
You call that jet sweep, you're looking for a little bit more than that. But at least it keeps him on schedule and didn't go backwards.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Rodgers. He's in trouble, and the Dolphins get him. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down.
Here's what I know. I know this one, Kate, from personal experience. After this one's over, QB, well, he's going to spend some time in that cold tub because he's been in so much time on the ground, taking a beating today. This offensive line, this offense has got to find a way to protect the passer.
On now comes their punter. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this is going to stick them deep on their own side. That's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So 2nd down coming up.
The defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he puts some air under this one, right side. So the heave knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
And he gets it away from his end zone. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
On the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Trying the left side with Warren. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard
That's one of those plays,
line.
Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job, enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
They send a tight end in motion. A give here to Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. Brought in right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Dude, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've repped over the week. They're in practice. They're both quarterback and tight end. Went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope we have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully. And the tight end, the beneficiary.
3rd and 2. Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next. Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Chris Boswell to kick
Now
off for
Boswell on to
Pittsburgh.
send this away. Eskridge on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Miami offense headed out there now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Quick slant taken in by Waddle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these out cuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. It's Achane on the inside give. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
7 yards.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. And the type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And again, they drop the interception. This time it's a good thing, though. Much better field position without it, thanks to the turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
First down now, ball at the 33. They'll run now with Warren. Shoots away from one. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers throwing 6 more on the blowout. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense, and in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle can mean a touchdown.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers continue piling on to this lead.
Dolphins 3.
Now Boswell on to send this away.
Kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Eskridge on the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. Their failure on fourth down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Escapes the defender. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
And the Dolphins, first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Dolphins.
They bring Westbrook Akine in motion left. Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing 3rd down.
Some squads you just see love to do this, Kate, and I've got so much respect for defensive coordinators who late in the game, instead of playing prevent, well, they step up the aggression meter. Back-to-back sacks puts this offense and this quarterback way off schedule.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Steelers and Jaylen Warren headed back out there offensively. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll start the drive with Warren. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
And 1 at the 44-yard line.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Gets it running a sweep. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. A gain of 15 there. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
You know, one secret ingredient on these jet sweeps to take off like that, Kate, it's timing. We talk about timing and precision in the passing game, but it's the same thing on a jet sweep. You got to hand it off just at the right time to capture an edge like he just did.
They toss to Warren, running right. And he's going to be stopped after about a 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. It's a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Warren quick on the draw. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Steelers first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers put this one away a long time ago. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. On the ground with Warren. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. It's a gain of 2 on the play. Still some work to do on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Back to Warren. Defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Call it 5 yards on that play. He gets him to the 2, 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
3rd and goal now as they try to pile on further. To throw, Rodgers. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Steelers are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers continue adding on to that lead.
53, Dolphins 3.
Now Boswell on to send this away.
Pittsburgh.
Eskridge on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They bring Westbrook-Akine in motion left. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Connects on the crosser. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Give him 13 on that play. And that is a Dolphins 1st down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only 1 field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we